Kindly maintain silence. Please be seated. Good morning to the esteemed dignitaries in the dais, faculty members and students. International Conference presents numerous invaluable opportunities to refine your vision by learning new skills in a different environment, gaining of knowledge and creating highly productive and successful people. Conferences emerge as a source of knowledge and conditioning, bridging millennials and industry experts on the go. Today, in this August gathering, we proudly inaugurate the 2 days international conference on 12th and 13th April 2023, Emerging Research in Commerce, Management, Economics and Technology, ERCMET 2023, on post-pandemic recovery in business and its impact on various stakeholders, strategies, issues and challenges, and also a business conclave in association with National Institute of Personnel Management, NIPM KC, and Seminar Room. The objective of the conference is to facilitate worldwide researchers, academicians, and industrialists to present their research contributions and share their views on post-pandemic recovery in business and its impact on various stakeholders with respect to strategies, issues, and challenges. We have received around 200 research papers, and after thorough appraisal, analysis, and plagiarism check, the expert review committee has selected around 120 research papers for publication with ISSN and ISBN. We proudly announce that we have already published selected papers in ISSN and we have already received the ISBN number. Further review will result in selection of papers for reputed journals in UGC CARE and Scopus. The papers we have received are from across different states in India. Practical learning for the benefit of the society and young aspiring students. The vision of our institution is leadership and excellence in education. NGI was established in 1995 under the guidance of our founder, Sri J.V. Rangaraju sir. Nagarjuna Degree College is an iconic wing of NGI, founded in 2013. Our young and dynamic CEO, Sri J. Chaitanya Verma sir, plays an exceptionally outstanding role in guiding our institution and contributing to its magnificent growth. Nagarjuna Degree College is one of the premium institutions in Bengaluru with state-of-the-art campus offering graduate and postgraduate programs in commerce, management and science streams. MBA department of Nagarjuna College has a strong vision towards creating multitasking skills among students and paving the way towards innovation, research and entrepreneurship. NIPM, that's National Institute of Personnel Management, is a non-profit making body devoted to building professional excellence in the field of human resource management through regular activities. Seminar room provides industry expert sessions to stimulate student learning and provides experience through case-based methods for graduate and postgraduate students. We start the program with a prayer. A prayer synthesizes the highest desire, aspiration, and spiritual demand of the very soul of humanity. Let's begin this program with an invocation song by Ms. Harshita M., student of second year MBA.
ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಶರಣು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತನಯನೆ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಶರಣು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತನಯನೆ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆದ್ದ ಗಣಪ ಲಂಬೋದರನೇ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗೆ ಅಧಿಪತಿ ನೀನೇ ಹೇ ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆದ್ದ ಗಣಪ ಲಂಬೋದರನೇ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗೆ ಅಧಿಪತಿ ನೀನೇ ಹೇ ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ತುಂಬುರು ನಾರದ ವಂದಿತ ವಿಘ್ನನಾಶನೇ ತುಂಬುರು ನಾರದ ವಂದಿತ ವಿಘ್ನನಾಶನೇ ಹೇ ರಂಬ ಗಣಪತಿಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಹೇ ರಂಬ ಗಣಪತಿಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಶರಣು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತನಯನೆ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಏಕದಂತ ಶೂರ್ಪಕರ್ಣನೇ ಢಮರುಗಹಸ್ತ ಸುಪುತ್ರ ಮುಕ್ತಿದಾತನೇ ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಏಕದಂತ ಶೂರ್ಪಕರ್ಣನೇ ಢಮರುಗಹಸ್ತ ಸುಪುತ್ರ ಮುಕ್ತಿದಾತನೇ ಕಶ್ಯಪಾದಿ ಮೌನಿ ಹೃದಯ ಕಮಲವಾಸನೆ ಕಶ್ಯಪಾದಿ ಮೌನಿ ಹೃದಯ ಕಮಲವಾಸನೆ ಆನಂದ ಗಣಪತಿಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಆನಂದ ಗಣಪತಿಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಶರಣು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತನಯನೆ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಹೇ ಗಣಪನಿ ಶರಣು ಬೆನಕನೇ ಶರಣು ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ತನಯನೆ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Harshita. It's a tradition to light a lamp just before starting any auspicious event or ritual. Light symbolizes the absence of darkness, grief, and unhappiness. The Almighty's divine grace is spread all over by lighting the lamp. I now request the esteemed dignitaries to light the lamp. Light the candle. Light the lamp. Sorry, sir. I now request our Principal, Nagarjuna Degree College and Director, Management Studies, NGI, Dr. Harish Babu S. to welcome the gathering.
Warm good morning to all of you. At the outset, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you for this international conference, that is ERCMET, International Conference on Emerging Research in Commerce, Management, Economics and Technologies. So the theme of the conference is the impact of, that is a pandemic we had seen, how much of ill effects were there on various sectors of the economy, and how much of suffering we all did, even it has impacted our personal life. So the theme of the conference is to understand how it has impacted the lives, how it has impacted the various sectors of the economy, and how we overcome successfully these challenges, and how things are getting normalized now. So in this theme, we are happy to say that the conference has received close to 200 papers, of which our panel has selected close to 120 papers. I sincerely congratulate the entire team of, the organizing team of the conference, because the conference of this type, organized by a degree college, getting more than 100 papers is truly a success. So I congratulate all the authors and, the team of organizing committee for successfully arranging this program. Now, on behalf of School of Management and Nagarjuna Degree College, first let me take this opportunity to welcome the esteemed chief guest for today's program. We have an international guest, that is Dr. Jim Phillips, Professor Emeritus of Management, Northeastern State University from United States of America. So sir will be joining us very soon online, and is going to address the gathering. So I welcome Dr. Jim Phillips for this international conference. And also we have our senior most director of Nagarjuna Group of Institutions, Dr. S.G. Gopal Krishna sir. Sir has always been very supportive and encouraging all our activities in the campus. He is guiding us. Sir, we are really pleased with your presence. On behalf of Nagarjuna Degree College, I extend a warm welcome. Now I would request Professor Ajay to kindly welcome Dr. Gopal Krishna sir. This conference is organized in association with National Institute of Personnel Management and Seminar Room. As all of you know that National Institute of Personnel Management Karnataka chapter is the industry association of HR professionals. And we are really happy that we also have a student chapter in our campus, and most of our students are also the members of the NIPM student chapter. And we receive a lot of support from the NIPM Karnataka chapter, and we are really honored to have Mr. Robert Coutinho sir, Honorable Chairman of NIPM KC. Sir, we extend a very warm welcome to you. I would request Professor Nagesh to kindly welcome Robert Coutinho sir to this conference. Dr. Dinesh sir is the Honorable Secretary of NIPM Karnataka chapter. He is going to join us very soon. And we also have Mr. Prabhu. Sir is the Honorable Vice Chairman of NIPM Karnataka chapter. Now I would request Dr. Gansham sir to kindly welcome Mr. Prabhu sir. Sir also has extended a lot of support in organizing this conference. We welcome you, sir. We are pleased to have Mr. Nagbhushan sir. Sir is the HR of Automotive India Limited. Sir is also one of the keynote speaker for today's business conclave. Sir, on behalf of Nagarjuna Degree College, we extend a warm welcome to you. I would request Dr. Raghavendra sir, academic coordinator, to kindly welcome Mr. Nagbhushan sir. So just now I was mentioning about Mr. Dinesh sir, Honorable Secretary of NIPM Karnataka chapter. Sir is our advisor. In most of our activities, we seek a lot of support and guidance from him. We are really pleased with your presence. Now I would request Mr. Rajan sir, our Physical Education Director, to kindly welcome Dinesh sir. We are always pleased to have Professor Nanjudappa sir, is our well-wisher and principal of our sister institution, Nagarjuna PU College. Sir, we are honored with your presence. I would request Dr. Vijay to kindly welcome Professor Nanjudappa sir to this program. I also welcome our academic coordinator, Dr. Raghavendra sir. We have coordinator of MBA program, Dr. Gansham, HODs of all our UG programs. We have Dr. Nagesh, Mr. Ajay, Madam Uma. I welcome all of you for this program, and also a special welcome to all the invitees, the authors who have contributed papers. We have delegation from other institutions, students participation from other colleges. So I welcome each one of you for this international conference. Hope next 2 days is going to be very fruitful sessions. So the conference has got two important aspects here. So the first one is today we are going to have a business conclave. And after this inaugural, you are going to have business conclave sessions. We have 3 speakers. That is Mr. Nagbhushan sir, is the Deputy General Manager, Human Resources of SCG Automotive India Limited. So sir is going to address on post-pandemic recovery in business and its impact on various stakeholders, that is strategies, issues and challenges with respect to HR. Then second session we have Mr. Ajay Bhargava sir is coming, is the Managing Director of Retail India Limited. So sir is going to talk on business revival and sustenance, that is post-pandemic scenario, issues, strategies and challenges and future perspectives. Then post-lunch we have one more interesting session, that is Mr. Amitabh Satyam, Honorable Chairman of Smart Transformations and former Managing Partner of SAP India. So he is going to talk on the emergence of new leadership paradigms, that is post-COVID. So all this, keynote address, the speakers are very rich with their background and experience. Hopefully the takeaways of the program will immensely benefit the participants in better and how industry is adapting to these changes. So all this will be very interesting topics. And I'm again very proud to mention that. So we have accepted close to 120 papers. And all these papers, the authors, we have faculty members from various other colleges, research scholars and students will be making the presentation tomorrow. And all these publications will be done in 4 different aspects. That is, the topmost quality papers will go to Scopus, and then it goes to UGC Care. And we are also having some publications. Already we have published today morning in Indian Journal of Emerging Research and Business and Technology. I think 7 papers already got selected. And we are very happy to say that already these papers have been published today, our conference papers in this journal. And we are also going to release the proceedings today with an ISBN number. So all the papers that got selected here will be published with an ISBN book as conference proceedings. Maybe our guests, they are going to release it in the inaugural program today. So I don't want to take much time. Once again, I welcome all of you for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Harish Babu S., who has been a wonderful role model to all of us. His strategic thought process has helped Nagarjuna Degree College reach pinnacles of success. I request Professor Uma Ma'am, Coordinator BCA and BSc, to welcome Dr. Harish Babu S. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Academic Coordinator MBA, Dr. Vala Gansham Kantila, to introduce our international chief guest, Dr. Jim Philip.
I also take this opportunity to welcome one of the organizing team member and advisor, Mr. Punit Raj. So sir is the CEO of Seminar Room. So we received a lot of inputs and support in organizing this program. Now I would request Dr. Vijay to kindly welcome Mr. Punit Raj for this program. Thank you.
It is my privilege to introduce the chief guest of this particular program for the day, Dr. Jim Phillips. He has been Professor Emeritus of Management at Northeastern State University, and he has been in teaching profession of around 4 decades, and he has been teaching graduate as well as the postgraduate students. And his education background is he has done his BS from Utah State University in Business Administration, and he has done his MS from the Ottawa State University in Human Resource Administration, and he has done his PhD from the New Mexico State University in Business Administration and Management. And apart from his teaching experience, he has been there in the non-teaching field also. He was a district executive of Yuga Council Boy Scout of America, and in personal management and Army and Air Force Exchange Services, compensation analyst, employment representative, Lomega Corporations, and executive recruiter of research in the firm associate. And he has been a member of many professional bodies, and he has also credit to his name the publication, various publications, and he has also presented various papers in the international conference to his credit. And apart from that, he has been involved in many consulting service, and he is active in the various research activities, and many professional presentation he has done and delivered the speeches in other countries like China and all. And he has been performing institutional service at the various institutions and the country. And last but not the least, his recognition and reward. Northern State University has awarded for his award for the innovative excellence in teaching and learning in technology. So we welcome you, sir, to our particular program, and we are eager to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Sharath Natesh to start the session.
Okay, can you all hear me now? It's a joy to be with you, and I'm so grateful and honored to have the invitation from Dr. Harish Babu to present this keynote address to you. I hope that you will be able to hear me. Can you hear me okay? Good. All right. Well, this is an interesting keynote address that I have put together, and I want you to think about some of the questions that I'm going to ask you. India, like the rest of the world, is currently grappling with uncertainty that's been triggered by a combination of shocks, including geopolitical volatility, high inflation, supply chain disruptions, climatic events, and a deadly global pandemic. At the same time, there are several positive tailwinds, if you will, that have the potential to power India in the coming years. And it's because of the domestic consumption, favorable demographics, and an expanding tech ecosystem. And finally, because of rapid digitization of the economy, these tailwinds can actually help India be propelled in the future. However, there are significant issues for India to grapple with going forward. And I would like you to think about some of these. One is energy security. We need in India innovation, capital, then serving the consumers, and then completing the cycle again and continuing with innovation. There's another thing to grapple with that's a serious thing, and that's the infrastructure development, especially for fast and sustainable transportation of people and goods and services. Well, I might ask, what does sustainability and inclusive growth mean for India? There are some targets you could think about. Maybe achieving an 8% GDP growth for the next decade. Possibly creating 90 million jobs by 2030. What about investing 800 billion in total average annual investment to transition to a net zero world by 2050? Is that possible? Those are targets. Realizing broad-based progress that runs across rural, urban India, being inclusive with women and men, as well as across all income and skill segments. But how could India achieve these very tall targets? And these are the things I would like you to consider. Think about these, and maybe you can, in your mind, think of ways that you could help India to create the possibilities to reach these targets and to move forward. One would be to capitalize on opportunities created by greener and a more digital and digitized economy. Another would be to launch more high-value firms to meet the changing demands. India has the potential with small and medium-sized companies to scale up and grow. This is really what India needs to and depends on for growth. These small and medium-sized companies to scale up. Another way to reach these targets would be to use next generation technologies to help in the global supply chain. This is a big issue. And India can be at the center for sourcing manufacturing instead of India continuing a trade deficit. That trade deficit, for those who don't understand, that means an excess of imports over exports. I'm happy to say that India is doing a better job of that. And India is becoming part of the connection with China and other countries as a source of all kinds of goods and services to create more final products. Another way to reach the targets would be to accelerate job creation in construction. Housing creation can generate 20 million jobs in India. And then when those houses are built with modern, sustainable technologies, we will be able to have cleaner cities, which will be more livable and health promoting, with a lot of inclusion for all sectors of society in the long run. And then maintaining those cities will provide many, many jobs. cleaner and faster transportation systems, more jobs, faster to India, and then we can move faster from farm to export markets. And then more opportunities will increase, and India will be able to move from being a deficit in trade to being a surplus in trade. I want you to look at this piece of artwork behind me. It's an interesting piece of artwork. It's the location where I lived for 8.5 years. And some of that time, 4.5 of the time, 4.5 years of that time, I was working on my PhD in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And as I have been back to Las Cruces, New Mexico, I see the land that was vacant and beautiful, looking at those beautiful mountains being covered with houses and manufacturing facilities and roads. My question is, do I like the new thing? Well, the question is, as we build these new houses and new communities and new roads and new transportation systems, are we going to destroy the beauty that we have in India? I hope not. Well, nonetheless, to face all of these incredible odds and to be able to move forward, we have some challenges. And there are 3 big questions to ask. On the sustainable side, we need to ask, who will pay? Who's going to pay for all of this? For India, through the year 2030, about $2 trillion of incremental investment would be required over time. As far as inclusion is concerned, do we want equality or do we want broad-based inclusion for everybody? That's a question to think about for India. And the third one is, how do we increase economic productivity when we think of the multiple headwinds that we have faced and will certainly continue to face? The geopolitical issues, the supply chain issues, the climate issues. My final thoughts. And then I have a few questions to ask you. India has proved that it is able to drive innovation and technology for companies all around the world. Now, we need to focus on how we can continue to drive progress in other areas where innovation and technology does not exist quite yet in the way that it could. But if we apply it, it could increase productivity and provide for a sustainable and inclusive India. I can see that. My question is, are we up to the challenge? I not only like beautiful landscape, but I also like the culture of a particular area. And when I have been to India, the 2 different times I've been to India, I really enjoyed the wonderful culture that India has. I hope that India will, with the progress that is going to happen through the hard work of the people of India, be able to continue the cultural aspects that are beautiful and wonderful and maintain them through perpetuity. Don't lose them. My questions remain, and I'm not sure what you think, and I would like to know your answers if you have any answers that you would like to provide at this time. We have a few minutes for you to provide any answers. Or you could ask me questions if you like, and I'm sure that I don't know all your answers. But I would like to hear your answers to my questions. And I am honored. There are a number of questions. If you would like me to repeat them, I will. How can we increase economic productivity and still remain the India that we have had in the past and the cultural beauties and wonders of India and not lose it with all the increase in productivity, innovation, and technology that we are hoping that we get and hoping that we achieve, and more of everything wonderful? How can we continue to keep the culture and the wonders of India that have existed through the centuries? That's my question. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hey, Professor Philip, thanks a lot for being part of this conference, accepting to your address, keynote address. I'm friend of Professor Rohit. My name is Puneet. I'd like to answer your question. I believe to keep that economic productivity of this country, one is about skilling young minds of this country, right? Second, adopt with the technology and be in par with the West or the globe, how far we're going on the technology. Could be a digital transformation. And the third, very importantly, is that don't lose out, go back to roots, the cultural roots, even if you are par with the adopting technology, getting the best skill, go back to the roots of the culture. That's my answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to hear your answer, and I think that your answer could be something that we need to remember as we move forward in all the ways that we just talked about. Thank you.
Professor Philip, due to some technical issue, just I want to repeat the answer. Audience want to listen to the answer what I gave. I believe to be on par with economic productivity with the globe, I feel skilling young minds is very important. Skilling fresh graduates on what's required for the industry, make them equip, empower, and enable them to be ready for the industry. That's one. Second is about
compete with the world, but you lose as a nation, because India is a nation with a great culture, right? With my answer once again, with skilling young minds, adopt to the technology, and be with the roots with the culture.
Lost India. It's gone. I hope we don't do that. Any other responses to that question? Anybody else would like to make a comment about that? I would like to hear from any others who are interested in making comments about that.
Any student interested in asking a question, please
No?
come forward.
Okay, well, thank you. I am so honored to be with you today, and I am so happy that I was, oh, we have another person who is coming. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Jim Phillip, Professor Emeritus of Management, Northeastern State University, Oklahoma, USA. Sir, that was an excellent insight into how India could move towards sustainable growth and development, and also move towards complete inclusion. Thank you for enlightening us about the opportunities and challenges in moving towards sustainable development. I now request the dignitaries to come on the dais. We shall now be releasing the conference proceedings. The editorial team has strived hard for the last 3 months in reviewing We now have the release of the conference proceedings. The editorial team has strived hard for the last 3 months in reviewing and selecting the outstanding papers for publication. I now request Dr. Harish Babu S., Conference Chair and Chief Editor, to release the conference proceedings. I request the dignitaries also to please rise. Request all dignitaries. The selected papers are already published in Indian Journal of Emerging Research in Business and Technology. Further review will lead to selection of papers being published in UGC CARE and Scopus journals. It's a proud moment for all of us participating in the international conference. Post-pandemic recovery in business and its impact on various stakeholders, strategies, issues, and challenges.
Please announce. 10 papers.
Yeah. So we have already published the papers in the journal. You can see on the screen, Indian Journal of Emerging Research in Business and Technology. Further review will lead to publishing in Scopus and UGC Care journals. We thank you all for taking time and sending the research papers. I now request Mr. Robert Coutinho, President NIPM KC, to address the gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais, dear faculty members, my dear students, good morning. We're good to see and back to Nagarjuna once again for this international conference. I believe if you work hard for any type of conferences, the memories will definitely last long in your life career more than your classrooms. Only for that, we have to involve ourselves. We have to utilize our skills, whatever we have. So like that, the leaders will emerge. You agree with me? If you won't work in conferences, the experience will be zero. If you work, involve yourself, the memories, as I said, it will be remembered for everybody. The topic subject you have chosen is very appropriate, and the panelists who are here today, definitely they will focus through their experience, and I feel everyone will speak good about the pandemic, after pandemic. We may lost few people because of the pandemic, but the aftermath of pandemic, the good thing we learned, nobody would have imagined. A doctor can work from home, a lawyer can work, a student can write exam from home, an educated professional can work 3-4 companies sitting at home, correct? All the benefits of pandemic. We know in India, even though TV channels are showing the pandemic, personally not felt many of the effect. So we are here today to analyze what happened. We can prepare ourselves for any such incidents in future too. This type of conferences definitely help for us, for our next generation, how to deal with the situation, how to handle the situation. Before pandemic, we never thought that a pandemic, such pandemic exists and it will be faced by us. But we have overcome that. This is one more opportunity to remember that and going forward to utilize this opportunity more and more so that the effective utilization of the situation in our life we can be achieved. We from NIPM also, wherever many institutes, many organizations, our experts handled the situation and they shared their experience. As part of that, one such sharing will happen today from our senior members. I take this opportunity to wish all to utilize the day. We have 2 days given. Utilize very effectively. It will help for you. I believe that there are some students also participating from the other organization institutions. So network with them, establish your relations with your students, with the faculty members who have come, so that your life also, you will add value end of the session of 2 days. So I wish once again all the best, and thank you organizing for this type of seminar or international conference, especially Dr. Harish, for your wonderful efforts. Again, you keep on contacting us, calling us, involving us to share our knowledge to the younger generation, so that it will be benefit for you, for the society, for this institute, as well as for this organization. So with this, I conclude my 2 words. Thank you once again, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Robert Coutinho, President NIPM KC, for your continuous support and excellent insights. I now request Mr. Puneet Rath, CEO Seminar Room, to address the gathering.
Namaskara. Good morning, everybody. At the outset, let me thank management of Nagarjuna College, my dear friend Dr. Harish Babu sir, and the faculties, students, and guests on the dais. In fact, it came as a surprise. I wasn't prepared for a speech today. In fact, I wasn't even prepared to come on stage, but it came as a surprise. If you look at what Professor Jim Phillips said, unlike many other countries post-COVID, India transformed that as an opportunity and touching $3.5 trillion mark, wherein all the other countries in the West, other countries are in a recession. They're worried about what's going to happen. There's a recession, there is a job loss. You see that in every company, every day, just read the paper, newspaper. There is a pink slip given, people are being sacked, employees being sent out. But no worries for Indians as such. So much of opportunity coming up. Look at what happened. We were just producing 200 PPE kits, around 200 to 2,000 PPE kits per day during COVID. There was no option for us to get the PPE kits other than importing from China. China said, no, we can't do it now. We are exporting it to US. We don't have. But see that energy of this young blood of this country. Those manufacturers of SMEs, MSME of this country. I remember the address of Industry Minister that day, wherein he called all the MSMEs, Association, CASIA, FKCCI, Chamber of Commerce, ASSOCHAM. He said, we need to produce PPE kits now to save this country. What can we do? Now, they took up the challenge. In a matter of a month, from just matter of producing 200, 2,000 PPE kits per day, we started producing 2 lakh PPE kits per day. Clap. Guys, we did it. Now, you need to clap to those businessmen, those manufacturing units sitting there, all those employees who sitting there during COVID at the cost of their life. They went down to office, they went down to manufacturing unit, they went to factory, they manufacture day in, day out. Either expecting OTs, overtime pay. They worked to save this country. Vivekananda once said, give me those young bloods with the muscles of iron, nerves of steel. I'll change this country. Guys, this is the power of this country. Why always, John Philip, when we approached him, I'm happy to address Indian students. Because India is the future of this globe. You are the future of this country. Let not come. Okay, no COVID. We don't want another COVID because there could be some losses of any other family for sure. But we are capable enough to face COVID from China or military attack from China. We will the leadership of the youth which is coming up. Guys, after starting seminar room, I'm more confident today. There was an issue telling that Indians are not employable. I will put it other way. I'm sure NIPM, all the heads, leaders are here. They would agree with me. I don't see a problem with students being employable. But go tell them what you have to do it. What skills required to get it employable. Right? Who is there? Who is taking that responsibility? At seminar room, we took. Like NIPM has taken the responsibility. We took the responsibility. I'm confident today, guys, you are employable. We need to skill you. We need to tell you what to do. That is what happened in last 2-3 years. Today, India, we showed why India is Vishwaguru. Entire globe went beyond China for the cost, to reduce the cost, wherein China showed what it is, the true face of China. You know what? They, outside of China, that's where, look beyond China. This was the term used in West. Can we look beyond, alternative to China? Which is the alternative to China? That's India. In a democratic country. China is an autocratic country, compared by a communist party there. They tell you how many hours you need to work. 10 hours, 12 hours you need to work. Here, 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕೊಡಿ. Go to agricultural units, 3 ಗಂಟೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 500 rupees, 600 rupees they charge, correct? In the democratic country, to bring it $3.5 in a $5 trillion in a matter of 3 years, we'll be reaching. With giving that freedom of choice to vote, freedom of choice to talk, we are becoming number 1. ನೀವು ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಗಾರ ಬೈಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಸ್ತೆಲಿ ಹೋಗೋ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ MLAಗೂ ಬೈಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಹೊಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ತೆಗೆದು ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1. ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಟೆಕ್. Silicon Valley. Bangalore is called the Silicon Valley, correct? Entire world look towards India. Obama said once, I'll just complete in 30 seconds. Obama said once, he said, when you're addressing New York, I'm not worried about students from Buffalo. I'm worried students from Bangalore. He said he addressed when he was a president of America. They were worried about students coming from Bangalore. We have a great talent, great opportunities. Bangalore is a startup hub, startup capital. I was addressing other college a couple of days before. I was telling students, there are at least 5 investors chasing you if you have a great idea to come and invest. See the potential of this country today compared to the same day when they got independence. I think it's not, you can't even compare. Our neighbor, same day they got independence. See what's happening there. Pakistan, same day which got independence today, the world is chasing you, telling that we will come and invest you, we will come and talk to you, give us the connect, give us those talent to us, we will come and invest. Need not to come to US to invest. Right? Talent hunt. They were actually taking the talent to West last 30-40 years. Today, they have come in search of talent to India, Sequoia Capital. They search of talent in India to come and invest. This is the change post-COVID, my friends. There's a great opportunity in you. Just be ready for the opportunity. If you can't take this opportunity, you are the losers, I'm telling you. There's amazing opportunities in India. Irrespective of who rules, doesn't matter, don't worry about it. India is in a great hands because of you guys. I wish you all the best. Only thing I would say, be ready. Enable yourself, empower yourself, read every day, update every day, take some of the courses in Coursera, make use of us, NIPM, and the fantastic leadership of Harish Babu sir. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Puneet Rath, CEO Seminar Room, for sharing your thoughts and experiences. I now request our Senior Director, NGI, Dr. S.G. Gopal Krishna sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning to all. Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, staff members from this college and other colleges as well, student participants and other participants of this conference. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Harish Babu for taking this excellent initiative and selecting the topic also. The topic is also very apt. Whatever you have listened from the keynote speaker, he very well said the growth prospects after pandemic. What are the challenges? These challenges, if you know in advance, you can well prepare and then face the challenges easily. That's what Mr. Puneet was also mentioning about the pandemic. I was talking to Mr. Prabhu. See, pandemic has given a lot of opportunities. We should take the positive side of that. All these virtual conferences, all these virtual classrooms, all these were not there before pandemic. We were always expecting the students to come to the classroom and then listen to the lecture given by the teacher. But today, you have the option. You sit anywhere and then you can definitely get the opportunity. You can listen to anybody anywhere across the world. That is the kind of opportunity that pandemic has given. The biggest challenge is the technology upgradation. As Puneet was mentioning, the skill upgradation among the students. If you have the right skill, you have the job, 100%. That is true. But how do you get the right skill? It is not the old technology which was there. See, he was also mentioning about the supply chain management. The keynote speaker was mentioning about the supply chain management. Yesterday, I was reading one article that in Bangalore, they will introduce drones for transporting human organs from hospital to hospital. See, no traffic problem, unless we allow millions of drones across Bangalore, there may not be much traffic problem. So supply chain is very effectively to be used. If not, the industry, the business will be hurt or it will be affected. All these are in place. Things are in place and people are at it. When we talk of the business opportunities also, a lot of such opportunities are there coming up. New things are coming up. Therefore, it is the responsibility of each and every student to upskill themselves in whatever way you want. See, under NEP, you have a lot of options now. Whatever is your interested topic, you can upskill in that particular topic. That is the kind of flexibility that will come once the NEP is fully implemented. Now it has just started. If NEP is implemented at the school level, and those students, if they reach the college level, probably there will be a lot of flexibility in the studying also, in upskilling yourself. Now that you have a lot of certification programs and other training programs, conferences like this, it is an opportunity for you to listen to many speakers to upskill yourself in the latest technology. I'm very happy that you see such a conference is being organized, and I should thank NIPM particularly for co-hosting this conference. In fact, NIPM is one such organization which is spreading its wings into the academic side also. They have a lot of associations with the colleges and they are giving a lot of support in organizing the conferences or the training programs, all such things, including probably the industrial visit so that you get the hands-on experience when you see the industries in place, when you see and go and visualize, visual feeling that you get and upskilling. Therefore, I feel that NIPM is doing a wonderful job. Dr. Harish Babu is coordinating with NIPM in a very effective way. Mr. Puneet has started his venture called the Seminar Room. This is a seminar hall, Puneet. but you have seminar room which is virtual in nature. Please understand, the resource person will be sitting in their office, giving a talk or addressing the audience. Audience could be anywhere. That is the kind of concept he has started. You did not tell about the entrepreneurship that you are offering. He is offering entrepreneurship also. If you have great idea, please understand, if you have a good idea or a great idea, they are going to find 1.5 crores. They are going to give you. If the idea is practical, if it can be brought out as a product, if it can be commercialized, in all such cases, they are going to fund the good and best ideas from the student community. If you have the idea. See, when Jim was asking, what is your opinion about the GDP growth of 8% for the country by 2030 or whatever? What is the present GDP growth now? How much? 7%. What is the inflation? Around 6.4%. Around that. It is varying. Every 3 months they calculate. Depending upon the past 3 months' performance, they calculate and they give you the figure. RBI projects, and then they also monitor what is the progress, whether the projected value we have reached or not. They monitor like that. And when the keynote speaker asked you to give your ideas, how you can strengthen all these things, be it the GDP 8% growth rate or the application of the latest technology or the supply chain management, introduction of the technology into supply chain, all these, you should have come forward. That was an opportunity for you. That is called the opportunity cost. If you lose that opportunity, you will not get that opportunity again. Please understand, therefore, when you get the opportunity, you come forward. At least, I was expecting at least 3 to 4 students should have come forward to give your opinion. See, don't worry. Opportunity is given to you. Whether it is right or wrong, don't worry. But come out and give your opinion. How best the sustainable growth can be maintained. You have to give your input, no? What is that you know? You should come and tell. Otherwise, people will not understand what is your capacity. Unless you come out like that, whatever we are saying now, the placement, there is 100% placement opportunity, yes, fine. But for whom the placement will be available? It is for the right candidate. What do you mean by right candidate? Right candidate is your foundation should be strong, you should have the fundamental knowledge, your exposure to the technology and the latest subject knowledge is very much essential. Then, lastly, you should have that boldness to come and communicate with the other people. So your communication skill also matters. Develop all these things in the college days. Because, see, virtual development of all these communication skill or the team leadership, all that will be very, very tough, I'll tell you. That is the advantage. You can meet your friend, you can talk to them, 3, 4 people get together and then discuss on some issues, come out with solutions. All these are possible only if you come directly to the college. Therefore, offline classes are better than the online classes. Sorry, Punit, but that is wherever you have to use the technology, you have to use. India, for example, I'll tell you why this technology matters is we have our higher education gross enrollment ratio, what you call as GER, is about 27-28% at present. Our government's role is, particularly the PM's role is, that it should be taken to 50% in the next 10 years. How do you scale up like that? From 27% gross enrollment ratio, if you have to reach 50%, how will you reach that within a very short span of time? You don't have 50 years to go. You have hardly 6 or 8 years to go. How do you scale it up? The scaling up is possible only with the application of technology. You use online methodology. Probably in all these areas, see, trainings or all these areas, technology is in play. Use the technology and upskill. That is how even the other areas also they are using now. They have started the free medical help to the senior citizens. How do they do that? The doctor will be sitting somewhere and they will listen to the patient, find out what the problems the patient is facing, and then gives the prescription or whatever. See, that is the kind of advantage. No traveling, no transportation involved, no hassles. It is very cost effective. If you have to increase the gross enrollment ratio, then the cost effective system should be in place. That is how the technology is coming into place. A lot of such things are coming up. Apple, they have started their manufacturing unit in India. Tata Group is going to take over all those things. See, a lot of people are looking at India now. India has got the brightest prospect in the next coming, maybe by 2047, what they are saying, 100 years, centenary of the independence, Indian independence, country will be definitely a number one country in the world. All of you should be part of that. You are young people. Maybe another 24 years, what I am talking now, by another next 24 years, what you will be, you plan, how you will be. See, you should be grateful to your Almighty because all of you are alive now. After the corona, at that time, the greatest challenge was whether a person will be living or dead in the next 3 months, 6 months. That was the kind of challenge we had. Nobody knew mass use of masks. Everywhere, wherever you go, you have to use the mask. That was not the concept at all. We did not know that. Sanitization, no information on sanitization. How people are used to that now? What is the kind of mass awareness that has come? See, when there is a threat, definitely we have the strength and we will stand by that. And we as a country, the young country, we will definitely grow. All other countries, whatever you have mentioned, all other countries are suffering in their economic growth. They're all, see, I read somewhere, tomato cost is 200 rupees or petrol cost is 500 rupees per liter. What is this? For 100 rupees itself we are crying. For 500 rupees, people are paying 500 rupees and buying the petrol. Vande Bharat train is coming up. Fantastic. Now, May 30th, they are introducing from Bangalore to Hubli, Vande Bharat. You have the other bullet train. See, all infrastructure you see, lot of infrastructure is going up or coming up. Metro, for example, the length of metro is increasing day by day in all the cities of the country, not only in Bangalore. You take Pune, you take Mumbai, you take Delhi, anywhere, metro is increasing. So mass transportation, that is one of the solutions for movement of the people. That is in place. It is coming up. Anyhow, there is no end for all these developments. We should foresee that growth will be there. And growth is there. One small example I would like to give you. There was a factory near Hosur. Hosur, you know? How many of you know Hosur? Only 10-20% of them know Hosur. Okay. It's a border place from Bangalore. One factory was there on either side of Hosur border, Karnataka border. One factory was here in the Karnataka region. The other unit of the same person was there on the other side. So any order that comes from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka factory they used to supply. Any order that comes to Karnataka from the Hosur factory, that is Tamil Nadu factory, they used to supply. Why is this? All of you are commerce students, you should know. Earlier, the system was, if you give one C farm, there was one central excise C farm, if you give C farm, the central tax will apply, state tax will not apply. That means 2% tax. So they used to manage huge profit. State tax was around 14 or 15% at that time. People used to do all that. But today, you cannot cheat the government. GST has come in place. I think all of you should study GST in depth, how things have come up and how GST is being implemented, whether it is state GST or the central GST. It is share, 50-50. But the entire taxation is being collected very effectively. That is how GST collection has touched how much? Now, how much per month? 1.5 lakh crores. 1,50,000 lakh crores. That is the collection. So when you have money, spending on infrastructure is very easy. That is how you see airports are coming up in all the district headquarters now. What is this? There was one, can I take another 2 minutes? There was a saying, very interesting saying, that definition of the water. Our grandparents have seen water in the rivers. Our parents, they have seen water in the well. Open well, you know that? Open well. Bavi ante ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. During our time, we are seeing it in the bottles. Our children's time, we are seeing where? During our time, we are seeing it in the tap. During our children's time now, we see it in the bottles. Our grandchildren's time, it will be in capsule. Even if you neglect the proper use of water, then it will be only seen in tears. That is the kind of thinking that should go. Be it water, be it anything, raw material, anything you take, you have to effectively use all that and see that you get sustainable growth. What do you mean by sustainability? Sustainability means without destroying the nature, if you can progress, that is sustainability. We should have sustainable growth. I wish this conference all the best, and thank you very much, Harish Babu, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for all you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your wonderful experiences. I now request Dr. Vijay Kumar R.S., Associate Professor, School of Management, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I, Dr. Vijay Kumar R.S., Associate Professor, Department of MBA, Nagarjuna Degree College, Bangalore, USA. Sir has joined us all the way from USA. So on behalf of team ERCMET and myself personally, I like to thank Professor Jim. With great respect, I thank our today's guest of honor, Dr. S.G. Gopalakrishna sir, Senior Director of NGI, for always supporting, motivating and encouraging us to his excellence. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Harish Babu sir to give a moment as a love and affection. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Robert Kutina, Chairman, NIPM Karnataka Chapter, for his gracious presence and making the day a more beautiful one. Thank you, sir. I acknowledge with grateful heart to Mr. Dinesh A.U., Secretary, NIPM KC, for his presence. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Punit Raj, CEO of Seminar Room, for his support and making the day an enlightened one. Thank you, sir. I heartfully thank our special invitee, Mr. Prabhu sir, Vice Chairman, NIPM KC, and Chairman, Academics and Student Enterprise Committee. Thank you, sir. It's my honor to thank Professor Nagarjuna sir, Principal, Nagarjuna PU College, for his never-ending support. I thank Mr. Nagbhushan sir for his presence. My full thanks to our special invitee, Mr. Prabhu sir, Vice Chairman. Done, sir. Yes, done. Prabhu sir. Aage. This is an event which cannot happen overnight. The wheel started rolling days ago. It requires planning, determination, a bird eye view in detail. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a dedicated and determined personality, Dr. Harish Babu sir, Principal, Nagarjuna Degree College, and Director, Management Studies, NGI. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all the heads of the department, academic coordinator, faculty members, students, and non-teaching staff of NDC. I take immense pleasure in thanking our academic partners, NIPM KC and Seminar Room and their representatives, as well as faculty members, research scholars from various colleges, institutions from across the country. Last but not least, a big thank to everyone who directly and indirectly support us to make this event a grand successful one. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. We've now come to the end of the inauguration session. We will be starting session 1 of the business conclave. Juice will be served, so please have juice and please be seated in your place. We will start the session in 5 minutes. Washroom, it's down the corridor in the same floor. Please use the washroom, it's down the corridor. We start the session in 5 minutes. The juice, and you can use the washroom down the corridor in the same floor. We will be starting session 1 shortly. starting the session in few minutes. Please settle down. Please settle down. If you're out. Himaja, just call everybody inside. Please be seated. We're starting the next session. Kindly be seated, everybody. Sharad sir, Vijay sir, please bring them inside. Please be seated, everybody. All those who are in the corridor, please come inside and be seated. All students and faculty members requested you to come and be seated. We're starting the session soon. We're starting the first session of the Business Conclave. A Business Conclave is designed to provide students with an opportunity to learn about the latest trends and developments in business. It gives a platform for the students to interact with leading experts from diverse range of business. It provides a broad perspective. It provides a broad perspective for the students to understand the various domains in business. It's a platform to get insights into experiences of successful experts in business and enable the students to pursue their own dreams and aspirations and to work hard to achieve them. We now start with the first session. The first session will be on post-pandemic recovery in business and its impact on various stakeholders, strategies, issues, and challenges with respect to HR perspective. It will be handled by Mr. Nagarjuna K, Deputy General Manager Human Resource, SEG Automotive India Private Limited, Bengaluru. I now request Mr. Prabhu H, Vice Chairman, NIPM KC, and Chairman, Academics and Students Interface Committee, to introduce Mr. Nagarjuna K.
Good morning, students. Good morning. I congratulate Nagarjuna College for organizing this seminar specifically on the current topic. I'm going to introduce Mr. Nagarjuna, who is going to speak on the from the HR front with respect to the challenges faced and what are the strategies and how they how HR is overcoming this kind of a pandemic situation. First, Nagarjuna K, he has done his masters in social work from Bangalore University in the year 92 and 93. He started his career with the Kirloskop Batteries, and he is associated with other organizations like Force Rock, Wipro, Akshay Patra, SEG Automotive, and Bosch Limited. He is not only a HR professional, but otherwise he has got other hobbies also. He has done some of the publications and directions also. He has done it. He has written some of the poems, books, and he has written 2 dramas, and specifically the drama on the social cause, Duma and Duma. The drama, I have seen that especially in Wipro. Even he has taken his team to Central Jail, where he has played that drama and creating awareness on the alcohol addiction and other things. And apart from that, being a professional social work, he has done masters in social work. He has started an organization called Namanam, Center for Sustainable Livelihood, mainly for targeting on the tribals and rural youth by this organization. Apart from that, he has got a lot of awards and associations, especially he's got award from NIPM or National Award for Game Changer Award and Young Achievers Award by Bangalore University Alumni Association. Lot of things to talk about Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna, I've seen him from 1998, from my college days. In fact, I did my field work for 1 year along with Nagarjuna. I know Nagarjuna personally. He's not only a person, he's a really human being, I can say that, coming to Nagarjuna. Coming to the topic which Nagarjuna today is going to develop on the current pandemic, post-pandemic, how the HR is emerging and what is the strategy they are making, how they overcome. I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to be part of this pandemic. I know pandemic has brought a lot of bad thing and good thing also. When it comes to industry as HR, because we are in the HR, we have to see that during the pandemic there are many industries which have to run for supporting their livelihood, like pharmaceutical companies, food industries, and other hospital industries, all paramedical staff. They have to work around the clock. They will not have any holiday, anything. Though pandemic is there in their home, they may be somebody suffering from the COVID, but they have to see to that their responsibility has been fulfilled. Lot of challenges undergone by the especially HR professionals, motivating people to bring them to the office, work them, and afterwards business has availed a lot of things. Lot of good thing has happened. Lot of new areas have emerged as opportunity for entrepreneurship. Different businesses has come out. Nagarjuna is going to talk about all the opportunities and whatever changes has happened. Over to Nagarjuna. Thank you, Nagarjuna, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಇನಾಗ್ರಲ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೂ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾತಾ ಕಿ, ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾತಾ ಕಿ, ವಂದೇ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದೇ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಒಂದೇ ಭಾರತ್ ಮಾತಾ ಕಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, the chairman of NIPM, the vice president, the principal of the college, all the teachers, and my dear students. Rather, I have come here not to teach anything, to update myself, to learn as to how the college runs. 2018 and before, was there anybody who was knowing as to what is pandemic? 2018 ಹಿಂದೆ ಪೆಂಡಮಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಉತ್ತರ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಡಮಿಕ್? ಎಂಡಮಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಡಮಿಕ್? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಪಿಡಮಿಕ್? What is epidemic? So there are three things, friends. One is epidemic, which we were knowing. Epidemic is a disease which can happen in a particular area, like a cholera, malaria, right? Flu. And epidemic, it can happen in one particular geography, in one country, right? Whereas pandemic, it can happen with humankind, cutting across all countries, and that could happen over a period of 500 years. Pandemic happens, epidemic happens, endemic happens, whereas pandemic has happened for the first time like a tsunami. Tsunami ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲು ಸಮುದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ, ಆದರೆ ಸುನಾಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. Once the waves have become tsunami, we understood as to what was tsunami. Similarly, it was a tsunami to the humankind, wherein people died cutting across all worlds. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. The subject today is post-pandemic, the business recoveries, issues and challenges. ನನಗೆ rather than monologue, ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ probably if I could have some questions in the best interest of each one of you on effect of pandemic, some questions on issues, some question on challenges what we face today, and some questions on even opportunities, like your director has spoken and another speaker spoken, thrown lot of opportunities for us in the globe. ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ probably the entire session will be more lively. I understand. As a HR manager, I understand how difficult to be a good listener. It is difficult. Listening to the lecture for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, it is difficult, it's a challenge. So how do we come out of this challenge is having a dialogue, having a interactive session, answering to the questions. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, if you ask a question, it will be a shy for a moment. You may feel whether right or wrong, people may laugh at me, or people think that the question what I am asking is silly. But if you do not ask a question, it will be a shy forever, friends. I am today here on the stage known to all of you. To be known to all of you, I have to come here, stand before the stage and speak on the subject. Whereas same capacity a small question has got. If somebody stands up and asks me a question, in one question, in 1 minute, he or she will be known to the entire crowd. Look at the power of asking question. And this asking question also, this pandemic has given the opportunity. People started asking questions post-pandemic. So if you have any questions, any starting trouble, somebody from lecturer side can ask me, or I will speak about 5 minutes, then leave the stage where you will have some questions which I can answer, or on my behalf, people can answer on the stage, or across all the teacher also can ask. Now, people spoke about our country. I will tell you 2-3 today the global leadership characters of our country. You know, in population, which is the number 1 in the world? In population, which country is the number 1 in the world? China. Yeah. So people say China and people say India also. And I know that officially, as on date, China has crossed 150 crores, whereas today, officially on record, India is crossing 127 crores. So we are number 2, but that is not the important, friends. What is important is India has highest youth population in the world. India has got highest youth population in the world. Out of 127 crores, 38 crores as on date, the youth between 20 to 37 years, which is equal to total population of America. Our Indian average age, you know, average age of our India, it is 38 years. Average age of the year of our country is 38 years. You know, average age of China today, 51 years. India is a youth country. China is a old man's country. And China, nimಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, but we don't want it. Recently, about 1 week back, introduced one policy. You know, policy name? Fall in love. They give you 10 days holidays, official holidays. It's a fact. China is granted 10 days holiday for all girls and boys with payment for all employees, all students. What they have to do? They have to choose their partner and produce population. It's a fact, friends, because the China, please listen to me. Can you all hear to me, the last bench? Yes. Attendance, good, but what we need here is attentiveness. Please be attentive, because I will give you some data. Number 1, India is a youth country in the world, and Japan, average age is 53 years. Russia, average age is 49 years. All the youths have been, 90 lakhs youth have been killed in the war. America, it is 51 years. All European countries crossing 50 years. It is only India, not even Pakistan, which has got 38% youth population who are going to be the power of not our country, the entire world as a whole, friends. That is the beauty of this country. You all should admire this. And we are very lucky enough to be part of this journey. What will happen to India, friends? Now, post-pandemic, what is the transformation that is happening in education? Probably, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ students idira, teachers idare. You know, I will give you only one statement. In 1980, I'm talking about 200 years, when London wanted to have the formal education for the first time in the world, London, who are ruling our country, Britishers, wanted to have their formal education for the first time in the world in their country. In India, there were 2 Gurukulas for every 3 villages. ಪ್ರತಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಿಗೂ, ಪ್ರತಿ 3 ಗ್ರಾಮಗಳಿಗೆ 2 ಗುರುಕುಲಗಳು ಇದ್ದೋ 18,000 ನಾಟ್ 1900 1800 ಅರ್ಲಿ. Imagine the power of education system in our country. So for every 2 villages, 3 villages, 2 gurukulas. That means for every village 1.5 gurukulas when London was starting the education. And friends, you all have heard Lord Macaulay, a gentleman. Lord Macaulay for the first time had come, studied our Indian education system, went back to the London. He told London leadership that if you allow India to continue with their education system, you cannot rule India even for 10 years. What you have to do? You have to smash the entire their Gurukula education system and bring in so-called modern education. That's what we are all have been studying, friends. And order was issued. Teachers were killed, students were killed, directives were given, all the Gurukulas were destroyed. They told nothing doing. You cannot teach your Indian culture or Indian education, including the language of Sanskrit. Only you have to teach the science in English. Now I will tell you, I will not take much time, friends, where we are, how we are denied of the best education system. Just understand Bloom's taxonomy, theory of Bloom taxonomy. Somebody teacher is telling, you are aware, madam? Bloom's taxonomy. Friends, not taking much time, I will tell you, our learning starts and ends where? Learning starts, number 1, remembering, patana. And level 2, understanding, understand. Number 3, analyze. Number 4, evaluate. Number 5, create. On that create, you are to be tested. Whereas today, we are all tested. Our examinations are designed not on create, on what? Remember and understand. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinaya adyati patratvam, patratvam dhanam apnoti, dhana dharmam tata sukham. Mahatma Gandhi says, nedate rupisalagada vidya nisprayojana. Please understand. Nedate rupisalagada vidya nisprayojana. The education which never or fails to shape up our leadership is of useless. Not me, it's the statement of Gandhi, father of our nation. Nedate rupisalagada vidya nisprayojana. Number 2, Atma samskaravagada varatu uddara asadhya. Unless you clean up your heart and soul, I will come to the theory of heart and soul. It is impossible to improve. Atma samskaravagada varatu manavana uddara asadhya. Third, the most important, durbalara seveya nijavada dharma. Durbalara seveya nijavada dharma. Like today in the break, I saw all of you, including me, having a water, going for nature call. It's a fact, it's a nature. Whereas, how can you expect you go on getting no provision for giving back? How do you sustain this, friends? When you start earning, when you start learning, unless you give back, there cannot be any growth with us. That is what the basic philosophy of our education system about 200 years. And thanks to COVID, now I request all of you to give a big hand to the so-called that COVID, the man-eater in the world. And taught us, COVID taught us the humanity. ಬದುಕು ಎಷ್ಟು ನಶ್ವರ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮೊದಲು ನಮಗೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಲಕ್ಕಿ. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ appointed by Government of Karnataka. Friends, when we were advised to have mask, when we are advised to have a social distance, when we are advised not to travel, to sit at home, work, and I am lucky I was on the field working with dead bodies, working with issues, working with disease, working with victims, working with sufferings. How it could possible? It could possible because of the training which I have got conducted by Ravi Shankar Guruji Ashram. The program was designed for the COVID warrior as to how to conduct our breathing system. If you have the techniques of breathing, see, for a healthy man, what you need, science students are there many, I hope. You need about 1,000 cubic centimeter of oxygen to have a healthy breathing. 1,200 cubic centimeter of oxygen you need. Whereas because of our breathing system spoiled, normally our intake of oxygen is about 600 cubic centimeters, friends, 600. And if you adopt the breathing system the way we are supposed to breathe, we as a person have got the capacity to breathe, wherein we take 3,600 cubic centimeter of oxygen. That is the body has got, but unfortunately nobody is teaching today on this. If you could develop that exercise, that is how today, it's a fact, people can walk on the water, people can sleep on the water, not just swim. People can sit on the water, and people also can do yoga on water, it's possible. You all can be trained on it. If somebody has got the COVID, you would have heard many people have become victim. Show me one yogis in the world. Show me if any article. Show me one yogis. Yogis, I never say sannyasi, right living people, living with nature, not at the cost of nature, friends. People who are living with nature across the world, nobody died attributable to COVID, including India. It was a fact. Doctors died, engineers died, lawyers died, students died, parents died, all the professionals people died. But no yogi in the world, so-called right living people, people who lived with nature, never ever died, not in India, even in America. Look at the beauty of the strength the human has got, friends. This is a fact, and that this fact was known because of COVID. Please learn to adopt the breathing, quality breathing system, which is part of yoga, and yoga is not connected to any particular religion, caste, creed, color. Yoga is part of our health and right kind of living. This is the second thing, friends. Third most important, we talked about opportunities in the job. Let me tell you, there are two contradicting factors that are happening today in the world, not just in India, friends. Number one, all education systems, education institutions, universities, colleges, including IIT, IIMs, they talk about employment opportunities. Here also, I hope you have the placement department or placement officer. Am I right? And we talk so much about unemployment opportunities. Let me tell you, this is my 27th year in HR. I had worked with Wipro, I had worked with Shell India, I had worked with Bosch, now I have been with automotive for last about 11 years, and all put together about 27 years, and over and above, I had an opportunity of working with Dr. APJ Kalam. All that we spoke about was unemployment. Friends, similarly, I request the placement head or any of you, go to any industry, go to any best of the best industries, go to Myco, go to Bosch, go to Infosys, ask them, are you having enough manpower? Me as a HR leader, I have been rated as excellent. All A+, A++, awards, accolades. Only the area where I could not meet my target is hiring right kind of people. Every industry today suffers from right kind of people. If they want to have 10 leaders, they could have only 7 leaders. 30% of the scarcity, every best of the best industry today is having. When our unemployment rate is 11 to 12%, how can we have employment scarcity inside the organization to the extent of 30 to 35%? You talk to your chairman, your director. Are you having right kind of lecturers? Are you having right kind of leadership in your college? If he says yes, I think you all should be very lucky. We compromise so much on the quality of the hiring because the quality what organizations are looking for not available, friends. There is a employment scarcity inside the corporate and there is an unemployment social issue outside the corporate world. Look at the beauty of this problem. You may be 200 or 100 years as a MBA or MCOM, but how many of us are eligible to be employees? How many of us are eligible to be employer, friends? If your target itself is to be employee, it is like you wanted to score first class, your objective itself to be a first class student, but actual scoring, it cannot be more than that. Maximum it could be 100 out of 100 scoring first class. And what is the target we all set, friends? We want to be an employee. Employment will definitely happen. Employment will happen, friends. Absolutely no issue as such, not 90 million. Sir, the entire world in 1950, another 30 years, we are going to serve the entire world 2 things. A, the food. We are going to provide the food to the entire world population. And we are going to provide the global leadership, not to our country, to the entire world. Please write it down. That is how we have been growing. But where exactly we are matching, friends? We are going out with theory, which is not enough. Please, this is a message to all of us, including me. Theory will not give you the best job. What gives the competency? What do you mean competency? Learning theory-based, please convert into experience learning. Friends, to make you to understand, to put you in a simple logic, the growth in the classroom has to be substantiated with the growth outside the classroom. Very simple statements. Today, growth in the classrooms are evaluated. You have a semester, you got a test, you got the examination, you got the paper evaluation, you got the paper to present. Whereas, if growth in the classroom, if it is not substantiated growth outside the classroom, absolutely, we are nowhere in the competitive employment market. The growth in the classroom, the growth outside the classroom has to be substantiated so that you go not as a theory-based candidate, you go with an experience, so-called competent candidate. When I say competent candidate, theory, knowledge, skill, training, behavior, friends, behavior. The man who can score 100 out of 100 in physics, man who can score 100 out of 100 in mathematics can be successful in life only to the extent of 15%. Whereas the man who can score highest marks in his behavior can be successful to the extent of 85% in the market. That is where we are ignoring in our education system. That's why we are allowed free, untouched, so far as growth outside the classrooms are concerned. That is where the institutions today like IIT, IIM, London School of Economics, right, and Harvard Business Schools, today they see only 30% happens inside the classroom, 70% happens outside the classroom, friends. And where are we exactly today? Where are we exactly today? And how are we reaching that? And thanks to COVID, COVID taught us to the entire world. COVID told theory will not support us. The practical experience with a good behavior, the human touch only can save people whenever people come across this kind of endangerous in life, friends. Snehitare, I don't want to give you the big examples of the big schools. Today, in your own Bangalore, South Bangalore, there is an institute called Prayoga. Once I complete my speech, please log on to all your mobiles. Look at Prayoga. Prayoga is a small institute which will be working with high school students, not even +2, not even college. Prayoga is working with high school students. And head of the Prayoga, the chairman of Prayoga is none other than our retired Honorable Chief Justice of our Honorable Supreme Court, Dr. Padma Vibhushana Venkatachalaya. The retired Chief Justice of our Honorable Supreme Court, Padma Vibhushana Venkatachalaya, is the chairman of Prayoga, and Prayoga is working with middle class students between 6th standard and SSLC. Those students not from the private schools, those students are from the government schools. They're all government middle school students, and their parents, you know, we know what they are economically, socially. Friends, because of Prayoga, because of quality of learning, because of commitment, because of leadership, those students are publishing their science papers, which are published in the Harvard Business School magazines, which are published in the London School of Economics, which are published in the international magazines. And that is the quality of education one should have. And when we talk about quality of education, it's not the teachers. Teacher cannot teach once we cross 21 years, friends. Teacher cannot teach, and buildings cannot guarantee us the quality of learning. Please, no building can guarantee us. No campus can guarantee us. What guarantees us? The passion, the passion, the purpose in life, the passion in life. So far as passion and purpose, these two things are concerned, there is nothing in between. Either I will die or I will achieve. Only two things. But fortunately, unfortunately, not this school. I have got the highest regard for my teachers. Gurudevo Mahadevo, Gurudevo Sada Shivaha, Guru Shakshat Parabrahma, Tatmai Sri Guruven Namaha. Whatever it may be, whoever may be. That is the character, behavior we should have for our teachers, for our parents. But the purpose and the passion, these two things are concerned. I ask a simple question. How many of you are having the purpose in life? Look at, give him the one big hand to the last student who was sitting. I think 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it enough? Thanks, my dear friend. Give him big hand at least. Now, I will not take much time now. Malala. Look at the example. Malala today, where she is. How she could convert her threat to her life into the global leadership and to the women empower friends. Greta Thunberg. Have you heard of Greta Thunberg? Greta Thunberg was a 7th standard student in a Dutch. And in a Dutch, Friday was holiday. Everybody goes for church. Greta Thunberg, as a small girl, 7th standard student, she will ask a question to her teacher. Teacher, now I am 12 years old. Another 30 years, when I become 48 and 50, my daughter will ask me, Amma or Mummy, what do you mean by forest? What should be the answer I should give? 7 years old, a 7th standard girl, 12 years old girl in Dutch asking a question to her parents. Parents could not answer to this question. She goes to the World Forum, the World Environment Forum. She will ask a question to the global leaders. Are so much economy you're talking about. The inaugural speech by your leader from America, he was telling, when we expect Indian economic growth, how can you protect the beauty of this country? The beauty of this country is the nature. It's a forest. It's the agriculture land. If you go on converting your agriculture land, if you go on converting your forest and making deforest in the name of growth, how are you protecting the beauty? That's what he meant by culture. Today, our Prime Minister of the country 3 days back spoke about tiger growth. How are we going to protect our wild animal friends? This is the purpose, the big purpose and big vision as a student we have, friends. Another example I will give, I conclude. A normal example, friends. In Bangalore, I am so proud to take this example. In Bangalore, there is an institute called Jyoti Institute. They've got a high school. And there was a small boy, and both sister and brother, they were the students of this high school. Father was a doctor, mother was a teacher. And these two students, our director spoke about water. Our ancestors were talking about river, and our parents were seeing the water in the well, and we are seeing the water in the bottle, and 2 generations down the line see the capsules. It's a fact. But these students, so are we going to be speaker of this issue, or are we going to have a solution to this issue, friends? How do we ensure my grandson or my son's son will have a drinking water? How do we ensure my son and his son or daughter going to swim in the river and they're going to see in the well? So that is the purpose. Here I'll tell you, and the school has got about 1,200 students from LKG to SSLC. And out of 1,200 students, almost 80%, that is about 900 students, were carrying 1 bottle of drinking water. 1 bottle of drinking water. Parents were giving, and we also do, when they pack food, they'll also give you a bottle of water. And this boy asked her mummy, Mummy, in my school, all of us are going to carry water, 1 bottle, 1 liter of water. And doctor was very passionate about resources, sustainability, and drinking water. You know, value of drinking water, that I will talk to you later. And doctor said, yes, my dear son. How many students are going to carry 1 bottle of water every day? The boy said, about 80%. 80% of the people, students, they carry drinking water. How many students, they carry back the water? When they complete their school, in the end of the day, they will not drink all 1 liter of water. Only 50% of the students complete 1 liter of water drinking. Another 50%, they drink only 50% of the water. That means 250 liters of water is going to waste. Nobody knows where they are wasting this water. It was analyzed. The parents, they encouraged their children, both boy and the girl, hey, you do some research, do some survey, find out the correct data, and we will make a presentation. It was done, and in 1 month down the line, all father, mother, with the 2 children went back to the school, made a presentation to the principal. Look, every day your children carry 1,200 liters of water, and when you complete the school, about 250 liters of the water is going waste. What are you doing? Anything, any idea you have? And principal, teacher, everybody said, no, we don't know anything. So can we do one thing? Can we do one thing? What they said? We are going to keep 100-liter containers of 3 in your school campus. And we are going to request, make an announcement, public communication, that students who are carrying back drinking water, please requested to pour their water into this container and empty your bottle, go back. Can we do this? And school has given the permission. Friends, every day, 1 month down the line, people are laughing in the beginning, but 1 month down the line, it was not 100 liters, it was not 200 liters, it was not 300 liters, it was 500 liters. 100 liters of 5 cans were filled with drinking water. That water they were using for their gardening, which the school is there in Bangalore, you all can go and visit. Now compare your Nagarjuna with those high school. Compare those high school students with the MBA students of Nagarjuna. I respect each one of you, including me. I'm not here to criticize anybody. This is the example, how are we going to set the purpose in life and how are we going to die for it, friends. Your purpose is for this kind of contribution. Your examination is nothing for you, friends. You'll close your eyes and write exam. You know, today the word standard, your entire syllabus is only 30%. If you score 100 out of 100, you are 30% in the employment market, friends. And passion, unless you have the passion, don't do anything. It will be a national waste. To conclude, my own experience, I was in Wipro. We went to IIM 2008, I'm talking about. And I was the head of HR. We went for a hiring in IIM Bangalore. I'll cut short. We have interviewed so many candidates. Highest salary offered in about 12 years was 8 lakhs annual salary. And there was a student who attended the interview and he was very good. We offered employment. He said, okay, you are selected. But the student reply was, look, I have come here not to get a job. Are? Then why you have come here? Sir, sorry, unless I apply for employment, I am not allowed to meet you. But I've got a project. If 5 minutes, I would like to present this project to you all. Please present it. The project on water. Sir, I've got a project. Project is on water. And again, it's not drinking water. I know India is a brilliant country. They are going to find solution to drinking water. But my water management is not for drinking water, for the quality of the water which pharmaceutical industries need. Because the application of water in pharmaceutical industry 10 times by default better than drinking water. I don't want to get to the data analysis here. And everybody is surprised. The boy was advised, please come to campus, we will have a discussion. The boy went to campus. He was given 140 crores by Premji. And today that water company is there in Mumbai, catering to the water to the pharmaceutical industry. And industry was started about 2016. Today, that gentleman is making 350 crores turnover. 350 crore turnover with about 200 employees. That company is there. He is the CEO of that company, friends. And this kind of opportunities today, huge. Agriculture, you touch any product, you can add value. Today, 1 year back, one student, agriculture university, is making a paint out of cow dung. Somebody is making a medicine out of cow urine. Somebody is making a paint out of flower. Somebody is making agarbatti without charcoal. Friends, today somebody is going to manage food waste. Bangalore alone is producing 11,000 kgs of food waste per day. So what are we going to do? So this kind of huge opportunities on post-COVID. So far as the challenges are concerned, only challenge I would like to see with all of us, friends, again, by giving live example, I conclude this. There was a student selected by Google in Ahmedabad IIM just 1 year back. It was not 5 years back. In 2021, there was a student selected by Google for employment, and his salary was 3 crores, 30 million annual salary offered. How much? 30 million, 3 crores. But in the medical examination, he has failed. During the medical exam, he was examined having malnutrition, and then he has to lose his employment opportunity. The health is going to be biggest challenge for all the students who are aspiring either to be employee or to be employer. Please, health is everything. Don't compromise anything on health. The best thing, keep yourself away from all bad habits. So here, what is required is education, what is required is skill, what is required is behavior, and over and above all this, what is required is preparedness to face the world. Somebody is selling same blouser for about 900 rupees. Another shop, somebody is selling same thing with 9,000 rupees. That is the competition we have in the world market. So considering all this, what is required, it is not just theory. What is required for the corporate world is the knowledge, is the skill, is the behavior. In totality, is it competency, set of competences. And you cannot say, I'm a fresher, I do not have any skill. You are today expected to meet people as an experienced student. Don't learn anything in terms of theory alone. Learn yourself in terms of learning, in terms of doing and having a skill. So experience learning is going to give us something. From theory learning to experience learning, friends. Unless you have experience learning, it is very, very difficult to be a competent student for the interview in the job market. And in the last, we are all expert in teaching. For all our teachers, all our leaders, even in the corporate, all the students, we are very good in learning horizontally. What is the definition of Maslow's theory? We know how to explain horizontally. There is a saying in Kannada, ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ತೆಪ್ಪ 100 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದಾಟಿದರೇನು ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಆಳವನ್ನು ಅರಿಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. GS ಸೂರುದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದ ಬೋಟ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ಟು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದಿ ರಿವರ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಯು nowhere in terms of knowing the depth of water. So our style of learning is horizontal in nature, friends. It is very, very horizontal. We do not know how to go into the depth of the subject. GS Sivarudrappa, you all would have heard. He made his research on the subject called Nagu, laugh. His PhD thesis was on laughing. So how do we convert this horizontal learning into vertical learning? Why, when, where, what, and how? So when you convert this horizontal learning into vertical learning, your learning is going to be experience learning. Very simple as such. If your learning is going to be experience learning, you are a candidate with competency and you will be hot cake in the market. You have no reason to worry about job opportunities. And in that direction, COVID taught us a lot. Over and above all this, COVID taught us a humanity. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನದ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯಾಗು ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳೆ ವಿಧಿಯು ಸುರಿಗೆ. Be a rock for your challenges, not a stone. Be a rock your challenges. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ. Be humble to the great people, to your parents, to your elders. Don't challenge with them. Don't fight with them. Don't win over them. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನದ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯಾಗು ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳೆ ವಿಧಿಯು ಸುರಿಯೇ. ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯಾಗು ದೀನ